Hello everybody, this is Reviews and More, and this is a tech review on the Dragon Touch Action Camera Vision 3. This is a little, I'm going to say, an off-brand GoPro from the brand Dragon Touch. It retails for about $66. I think they might have a little coupon on Amazon right now, might not, but you can get it for like under $80, which is a good deal. And with a memory card, the proper size ends up being about $75 to $80 total if you're going to include taxes. Alright, now as far as all the little PC parts to it, this is a 20 megapixel still camera and it shoots in 4K, or if you want to go to 1080p, it does 1080p HD at 60 frames per second. I'm not going to do a whole lot of nitty gritty on how to mount this thing. I don't have much experience with like GoPro sports cameras, that kind of stuff, or their off brands obviously, but that's how it comes packaged. It comes packaged in this waterproof case. I will be doing some underwater testing in my pool later on, but I'm not going to do it for this review. The main thing you're going to see with this review is the time-lapse, because that's actually why I'm purchasing it. I want to start making some time-lapse videos for a separate channel, just as like a side hobby kind of thing, in addition to this side hobby of giving you people not all these reviews I do. But that's kind of how it shows up, and that's the motivation here. So if you want to kind of skip to the end or anything else, if you're looking for a detailed explanation how to operate and use all the various mounts, that's not going to be this video. I apologize. You can go on your way, or you can continue to watch, and I'll appreciate it. But overall, it's a very simple camera to operate once you get it down, because it functionally only has 4 buttons, and there's no touch screen on it. So you got to use the buttons to navigate the menus, and that's really kind of the biggest hurdle for me as I was learning to use this thing, was operating all the various buttons. And here you'll see it sped up, going through all the various little things, getting out of the case, all that fun stuff. And obviously, as I stated, I'm not going through all the various little PC parts and everything comes with it, but it comes with an awful lot of stuff to where basically if you have a tripod or any fixed place you want to mount this to a helmet or to any given pole, they have various clamps that kind of let you mount this camera just about anywhere as long as you know how to use them. This is not a tutorial for that. I apologize if that's what you came here looking for. It comes with 2 batteries. Each one is rated to record for an hour and a half on one battery. So if you carry the extra battery with you, it'll give you about 3 hours of recording time. However, it also has the ability to charge directly from a micro USB, which means you can just do continuous time lapse, which is what I want to do with the videos. Why I got this camera in particular. It was a very cost-effective way to do that. It's got a 170-degree angle, wide-angle lens, so it's going to give it a little bit of what's it called, distortion, because it's such a wide angle, but it is a very effective way to get a lot of picture, even with distance not necessarily being the best thing in the world. Overall, the focal length isn't terribly amazing or anything, but it's effective. You'll find in the time-lapse demonstration I give you, all I did was just the day going by in my front lawn. So it starts out at night, and I started purposely at night, so you would see just how good the camera was at picking up light and how light sensitive it was. And then from there, you're going to see it kind of just transition over into daytime, and from that point on, it'll basically just kind of show everything from, I think I had a 10-second time lapse over a period of about maybe 18 to 20 hours. But the main thing you might notice is you can see the screen very clearly. In just a moment, you'll see it. You can see the screen very, very clearly when you actually do the time lapse. Because I didn't take out my screen on my window, so you can still see all the leaves in the tree simultaneously while seeing the screen kind of in focus on the screen. So it has a pretty close focal length. So that screen was maybe at most 8 to 10 inches away from the camera's actual lens, so you got a good bit of range, so you can get really right up on things and still have it in focus, which I kind of like a lot. The next thing we got to deal with is the navigation. Instinctively, because I'm a child of this new tech age we're in, I want everything to be a touchscreen. It is not a touchscreen, so if you're looking for that, you have to basically upgrade and buy a more advanced camera. But the batteries that come with it, they're right there. You see me installing it poorly with my big old ugly fingers. But once you get the power on, you hit the power button, or rather you hold it down. That power button is also your mode button. It's going to let you change the settings in the camera, so you can change it from being a video to a slow motion to a regular still picture camera, and all of that is done with that mode button. You also have the buttons on the side they look like up and down buttons. Those help you navigate through the windows, and they also let you navigate through playback mode. And the OK button is basically your affirmative action button. So when you press that button, you're basically acknowledging, yes, I want to go into this section of the menu. Yes, I want to watch this video. Yes, I want to press play. That kind of like it presses play and playback. So you really basically navigate everything internally on this camera from 4 buttons functionally. So takes a little while to get used to it, but once you get used to it, it's pretty fundamental and intuitive. So real fast, we're going to run through the thing that I cared about for this camera, which is how to do the time lapse. Hopefully I'll get a timestamp put in on this if people are curious. So the first thing you got to do is make sure it's on. Then you're going to press the mode button. All right, now once you press the mode button, you're going to press it until you get to the settings option. That's going to look like a gear, and as most things in the 21st century look like. When you get to the gear, you will then press OK to acknowledge that you want to go into the camera settings. From there, you will go down to where it says, using the navigation buttons on the side, that up and down, you're going to go down to time-lapse. You will press OK again. And from there, you can change the time lapse. You can disengage it, or you can re-engage it. Change the number of seconds in between each shot, and from there you can set the time lapse video. Once you have that time lapse video set, you exit by hitting the mode button until you get to the exit option. You press OK on the prompt, and then you go to standard video. And once you press record, it'll automatically do a time lapse, and you'll know it's working as a time lapse because the recording red icon kind of blinks. So from that point on, you should be able to just watch this quick time-lapse video of what's going on at night outside my house. And again, the box says this is a 20 megapixel camera, so it's plenty of detail. The main issue is how much light it takes to actually get a decent picture. And as it's running through, obviously you're seeing cars go by, they're flipping by as fast as they can, lights are flickering as time passes and wind's blowing. But that's effectively what you're going to see. And I apologize if you find this boring and don't want to watch the darkness, but it helps me understand just exactly what I can expect from getting this camera out in a low light situation. Then the light comes out, and then it looks clear as day. You can see the details in some of the leaves. You can see a little bit going on. Obviously the shadows are switching because this was at a 10-second interval, so we're seeing 20 hours in just a few minutes. So I might have set it 30 seconds. I can't quite remember, but it was one of those two settings. So it's flying through. You see cars passing. And from there on, that's about it. If you guys have any questions about it, I'm going to post follow-ups as I use this camera more. But in my everyday life, I don't use a GoPro style camera or a sports camera in this way. So it didn't behoove me to basically wait 6 months before I used the camera before I posted this initial review. But if you're into time-lapse videos, I'm going to be posting some of those probably on a separate channel, but hopefully it'll be a good little hobby for me to have. So thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like, thumbs up, everything else, subscribe. All those things are very helpful to the channel, and have a great day.